One of the thrills I guess I get is when I go in knowing that my customers think I'm just a copier rep, and then we have this very strategic conversation around the space of IT. And I don't know how many times I've come out of the meeting and it's like I hear a customer say, "Wow, I did not know you guys were that capable." And this has been a breath of fresh air of a meeting.
Hi, I'm Greg Persky, and I am the ITSC for the finance vertical for All Covered out of the Riverside office. Well, the key was finding somebody who was enthusiastic. I've reached out to quite a few reps. Everyone's concerned about guarding their time. They want to make sure that investment works out well. The nice thing is with Pancham, I have an enthusiastic advocate.
Hey, my name is Pancham Shah. I am from the San Francisco branch, and I'm in the senior account executive role. And there's been, some little bit of success stories in the earlier pandemic times for me where I've had some success working with overlays, whether it be ECM and just, kind of IT services as well. I've had some success there. However, I wasn't really getting that kind of consistent approach to it. So that's really where my enthusiasm came, because I saw, little glimmers of hope here and there, but I knew that there could be a lot more achievable with a consistent approach.
I'm Sherman Gong, a area sales manager for All Covered, covering the Pacific Northwest and Northern California. Really, the key we find has been the consistent activity, having a regular schedule with prospecting and using the tools that are already at our disposal. We have phenomenal talk tracks. We have a lot of great email templates, using the personas, knowing who they're calling, just some of the back to basics of the selling tools already at our fingertips, really sticking with that, making sure there's a level of comfort talking about managed IT and just getting those conversations going.
Sherman and I were just doing like a little account review with my accounts list, and we saw that we had a lot of finance vertical specific accounts.
It was great because we made it fun. And the way we made it fun was we went through his list and we'd go on LinkedIn together. We'd kind of figure out if we had any connections. We would take that time, and I would say, quality is more important than quantity. So, we might only get 10 or 15 calls in, but we would trade. He would make a call, then I'd make a call, then he'd make a call, and then we'd come at it from a different perspective.
My name is Mike Salinas. I'm a senior sales manager out of San Francisco. I have been with the company for just over 10 years in May of 2021. I would say, if you can get your team's activity right, I think that's the most important thing. While education, I think, is important, I think the comfort level just comes with trying it, talking about it, and failing, just like everything else we ever do.
We knew that we didn't use any scripting, but we knew the broader themes. The broader themes were we're in a pandemic, so we know return to work was really important. We also thought it would differentiate us from others that are cold calling because we actually had an offer that was good around return to work. The other thing we wanted to look at was most of the banks and credit unions and wealth management companies, they've got a lot of their boxes checked. What you'll find out is it's like anything else, you're trying to find the seeds of discontent or there's any doubt in their minds that maybe things aren't happening the way they thought. So we would approach it from the All Covered side. We want to just give you a sense of a third party view. I know you've got it down as far as security and as far as having somebody inside, but sometimes we all get too close to it. And so our approach was, why not bring in a fresh set of eyes to look at it?
One of the key things I've noticed with Greg and Pancham is not just they have a great friendship that they've developed, but they're pretty religious about a set schedule on prospecting. It really is a great partnership that they've formed.
So the first step on this recent win was we were going through a list and we were identifying the accounts where either we had proposed to the client at some time in the past, maybe a year or more ago, or we had lost the account. But we're still on good terms, theoretically with that prospect. I called and left a voicemail message, didn't get the principal at this financial firm. Then the individual called back. I was busy. I let Pancham know. He reached out to the primary contact, who was a partner in the firm, by the way, set up the initial meeting. The message that the principal left back was, hey, your timing is great. We're coming to the end of our MSP contract in a few months. Let's set up something. Pancham set it up, and it wasn't just me and Pancham and the principal. It was me and Pancham, and Maureen got involved, Sherman got involved. They saw this attention that they got, this collaborative team that really cared about this 170 user, 3 location firm.
I think that the number one thing for them was trust and relationship. And I think how we were able to do that pretty quickly with a new team, although, Sherman had been in contact with them for, a year and a half, we were able to reestablish that trust with new folks. And a lot of that came with the credibility of our expertise and the credibility of our services.
We had closed the business 30 to 40 days from the initial appointment, going back and forth, but really collaborating all together. It was a great experience.
We're in a position now where we actually have a pipeline of opportunities with real dollars tied to them. We're no longer in a position where, we have the sporadic opportunities with only a few of them having a real chance to close. That's where we're really seeing the results now, and which is also, I think, setting us up for long-term success. It starts with the building blocks, right? The most successful sales reps at Konica Minolta are the ones that trust the process and commit to the activity, even though it's a slow, gradual progression. The people that are, doing the conversations and just, fumbling the ball, messing up the words, messing up their talk tracks, but through those interactions, they don't realize how much they're building in terms of the ability to just deliver a great message, deliver value in a meeting, and eventually get to a point where you're running awesome intellectual strategic meetings with your customers and suddenly talking about technologies you didn't know existed, 6 months, a year ago.
I think one of the reasons why the synergy relationship between Greg and I work is not only do we believe in the all covered side of the story, but I think we overall both believe in, the Konica Minolta story, which is not just we're the printer company or we're the IT services company, but we're a business technology company. It's really not about trying to sell a specific product. Is one, to get your foot in the door, and then to really find out what the customer needs.